Hey, it's KJ. Have you heard? I have a new show. It's pop culture, people to know, pets, and positive vibes, all packed into 1 hour every Wednesday night. You can watch it live on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/KJ Today. And now, the KJ Today Show is proud to present The Kind of Nerdy Girls.
Welcome to the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast. Fandom, fun, funny.
Okay, so I need you to focus, Patches. All right, we got to bring this. It's been a bit since we've been together. People have just been hounding us, like, when are we going to get the next Kind of Nerdy Girls episode? What is going on? So there's a lot of pressure today on you guys, not on me.
You guys, not KJ.
Please make this good. I
see what you did there, KJ.
All right, I had our fun fact and then I forgot it. Hang on.
I'm crying.
I know, right? Okay, what did I say? Okay, here we go. The most money you've ever won off a lottery ticket. Here we go. Choo, 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 choo. Pow, 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 pow. Ping, ping. Poo, 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 poo. Pow, 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 pow. Welcome to the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast. We're going to talk about pop culture, things that are happening in fandom, and probably get off topic. But you're going to love it all. We know it. We're fandom. We're fun. We're funny. It's the Kind of Nerdy Girls. Woo, 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 woo. Joining us today to tell us the most money she's ever won off a lottery ticket is producer Johna.
I don't really play the lottery.
Okay. Have you ever won money?
Yeah, I went to my very first time going to the casino after I turned 21. I won like $400.
Okay, all right. We can modify this to the most amount of money you've ever won. We can do that. All right. Yeah. Thanks, producer Johna. She'll be telling us what's got her weeping coming
Everything.
up soon.
Living. Being alive makes me weep, honestly.
And whoa, wow. She's back from Geek Vibes Nation. Wow. It's Tia.
Yay, we love Tia.
So are we doing like how much money we've won on like lotto, scratch offs, or like anything? Like
anything. What's the most amount of money you've ever won?
I mean, like, does my paycheck count?
I mean, if it's gonna put you in a position where family members you don't want to talk to are going to start hounding you for money, then just make something up. I don't care. we don't fact check here.
So really quick, I did an internship, right, for a pretty like well-known studio and everything. Mm-hmm. And at that point, internships weren't paid. And I guess like a few years later, someone had taken some sort of legal action. And since I had been an intern during the years that they were doing it for, you know, I was like notified. I didn't think anything of it. And then like 3 years had passed and it's like the lawsuit was won and I like won $500. I consider it winning $500
nice.
For my, like one semester that I interned, and I was like, oh, sweet.
You earned that $500.
Yeah. I had completely forgotten about it. I was like, why am I getting a legal letter?
Right. And you're not expecting a legal letter to be anything good for you. Like that doesn't happen. Nice. From the Kind of Nerdy Dudes is producer Patches.
Hiya. The most I ever won, I'll just do a scratch off, was $5. I have the worst luck at anything lottery related. So
you never even won like $10? Like
no, I think I've maxed out at $5. There was even one point I bought like one of the high dollar lottery tickets, and I got $5 back on it, and I was just like, okay,
poor bastard.
Literally, like the odds are again like. Yeah,
they're not in your favor.
Yeah. So that's why you'll never see me with a lottery ticket or a scratch off. So,
to be fair, any scratch off that a family member has ever gotten me, I've never won on. It's like I feel bad because they're losing money just buying.
My name is KJ. I am the host of the show, and I haven't won a lot on scratch offs either. I think I won like maybe 50 or $75 one time. The most amount of money I ever won was $100 playing bingo, and that was with my grandmother when I was 5 years old at St. Rose of Lima Church Bingo in Cuba City. And let me tell you, the reason that I remember this is because it was the last game. So it's like when you're going to blackout, right? So like you got to black out your entire card. And I won the blackout, which was $100 was the most you could win. And I won it. And I was so excited. And I had 3 of my sisters with me. So it was 4 girls and my grandmother. My grandmother gave us each $5 and kept the rest because she bought our bingo cards.
Granny was smart.
I was like, what? I am so betrayed. Like, could I at least get $10?
Nope.
Like, my sisters didn't do anything and they got the same $5 that I did.
They didn't do any of the work. I did all the work, and here I
did
am
all
with $5.
of the daubing. I did all of that daubing. All right. I had to fill that whole card. I worked the hardest. $5.
This is still a sore subject for KJ all these years later.
Excuse me, KJ,
Yes.
I have a question. Are you holding the Shanghai in your hand right now?
I am holding the Shanghai in my hand right now. So, Tia, I don't expect that you're watching the KJ Today show. That's fine. You share it, and I appreciate you. So, we've been having a lot of issues with electronics, microphones blowing up, things not working. And of course, it's like with 7 minutes to go when we're supposed to be going live. And so I kept saying to Patches, we got to get some Shanghai. Shanghai is, you can get this, you can get it to stick on your phone. It comes as a sticker because it it's the one that blocks out the EMF transmissions and things like that. So it keeps your energy field clear. But I got this to specifically protect us against Patches, who you see, he's in the basement right now. He's not allowed in the studio. He ruins the studio.
Yeah.
He walks in here.
This is the only place in the house, knock on wood, that I don't blow things up.
Yes.
And it's like I have my own little cave here and just stay in my lane.
So to keep us all safe here and to keep this show going so that you can just even hear us, even if it's not good, at least you'll get to hear it. If Patches was in the room with us, you wouldn't get any of that. So I'm keeping the Shanghai to keep the good energy going in here. So if at any point
held it the whole time during the KJ Today show.
I did.
I literally thought it was a vape because you just see everyone just walking around with a vape in there.
I'm vaping now. No, I am not vaping.
I was no judge. I just see everyone carrying that around all the time. So I'm like, oh, okay, she just vaped.
No. This is a Shanghai tower. Look how beautiful that is. Patrick compared it to the thing in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
The obelisks in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., yeah.
So he does not want me to touch him with it. He's afraid that he will melt.
No, I'm just waiting for you to turn to stone.
Nope, not going to happen, man. I got all the good vibes working in here right now.
One can wish.
All right, so I honestly don't know where to begin. We're going to get Gamer Katie will be here at some point to do a gaming update for us. We do have What's Got Johna Weeping. We're going to get a hot take with Tia, who has seen several episodes of season 3 of The Boys.
So I got access to all 8 episodes of season 3 and I'm on episode 6 right now.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. I need to get a job with Geek Vibes. We get no respect over here. We say we're with the kind of nerdy girls. They're like, yeah, you don't get a screener.
Oh, you need to. I was like, guys, you gotta see this. Jensen Ackles.
can we be like honorary on the Geek Vibes when we like apply to get screeners? Be like, yeah, I'm totally on the Geek Vibes Nation
Hi, I'm
podcast.
Kate. Vibes.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna work on it. I got you. There's no reason for you guys not to be on these lists.
Thank you. So a little respect at some point. The only thing that's going to make this show respectable is Tia.
Literally.
I mean, listen, KJ has a blue check mark. We don't have a blue check mark.
Right. I tried to tell him, like, look, I got blue check marks. You are not going to send me a screener? I guess we should start with talking Marvel, because we haven't been together to talk Marvel. I know we went back and forth on some text messages when Doctor Strange came out, but we didn't actually get together and be like, oh my God, what just happened? That was amazing. And I think my favorite takeaway from seeing Doctor Strange was being in a theater with producer Johna, who was having none of this new dark take on the MCU.
Oh, are you scared, Johna?
Oh my God, I was so scared. I literally jumped in my seat. I was like, oh no.
She was not okay.
I was not.
Especially like in the scene when Wanda came out like a girl from The Grudge, and was just like,
oh my God. I was like, what is this? What's happening? And like I told KJ and them, because they were like, yeah, like it's directed by Sam Raimi. And I'm like, I don't even know who Sam Raimi is. I don't know any of like, because I don't watch scary movies. So I don't watch like scary movies. So like, I don't know what he's done. I'm like, oh, well, whatever. And then like after the fact, I'm like, who is Sam Raimi? And why is this movie so scary? Turns out he directs scary movies. And I was like, oh, well, that makes way
that tracks. Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't been on Twitter with like the whole discourse of who did the best Spider-Man, and everyone like saying that Sam Raimi was pretty much Spider-Man God material because he directed the first trilogy.
I haven't seen the OG Spider-Man movies because I'm not a big fan of Tobey Maguire.
It's respectful. I feel like because it was like the original pretty much of like live action like superheroes, so it's like everyone went to see them, even if you weren't, say, a Spider-Man fan.
Well, I was like super young when that came out, and so like I watched like I don't know like the first. Honestly, it freaks me out to see Peter Parker to get bit by like a spider, and it like freaks me out so bad. I was like, I'm not watching this.
That's Jonna's extent of horror. She's like, I can't watch some kid get bit by a spider.
Honestly,
that's terrifying.
But I was young. But I was like a little kid.
Never see that.
I was literally like a little like child, like at my aunt's house watching the first Spider-Man movie, and Peter Parker got bit by that spider. He was in like the whole like thing with all the spiders, and I was like, oh, that is my worst absolute fear as like a freaking like 10-year-old, So like it just
I can say with a lot of confidence that based on sitting with Johna in a theater for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, that she is not ever going to go back and watch the Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
I mean, they're like old. I mean, they're like old though, so like maybe it'll be better since they're like.
They're not scary.
They're not scary. Yeah. I think that was the issue, is that he wasn't able to like bring his scary factor to that because they really wanted to market it to kids. But Marvel now, like Kevin Feige was like, do you, Sam Raimi, do you? And we're like, oh shit, he did him.
Yeah, he
did in fact do him. Okay.
I mean, how long was Doctor Strange on screen, like transforming into the zombie version with the skeleton face?
I couldn't believe that Marvel actually did that. I was sitting there like, what drugs am I on that like this
made me so upset. I was literally so upset because he looks like freaking Two-Face from Batman, right? And I'm like, all right. And he's like giving America like this super like, oh, you're gonna be great and blah blah blah. And literally like all you can see is like all of his teeth on this side of his face. And I'm like, I'm not feeling any emotion here, Zombie Strange. No emotions.
The entire time, she's staring at the screen, and she's just going, No. No.
I mean, listen, I'll admit that at first really quick, I loved this movie. It was like nothing I've seen in Marvel. I was sitting there going like, holy crap, we are eating so good right now. But I will say that the Zombie Strange did take me out of it just a little bit until then he had like a cape or a cloak of like souls. And I was like, this is kind of badass. I don't know.
I'm back in. Zombie Strange.
I will tell y'all that the one scene that stressed me out literally the most was when Christine and America and Doctor Strange are like running through those tunnels from Wanda or whatever. And they're like closing all the hatches, and then they stop after they close the last hatch, and they're just like standing there like staring like, oh, where she's at. I'm like, bro, keep running. Like, why are you still standing here? Like, she's gonna get you. Keep
what makes
running.
you think that door's gonna like? None of the other doors have stopped her.
And
It's
then
horror
homie
movie
just jumps
logic
out.
come
Oh,
on.
bruh.
Yep.
That part, I was like, I know she's coming. But it drug out for so long, her about to pop out, and I was like, okay, like, is she actually gonna jump out or not? And then she jumped out, and I was like, I was very stressed for 2.5 hours.
Well,
So
go ahead, Tia.
I'm sorry. So I was gonna say I have a question. So like I stayed off the internet for a while with Doctor because I'm like I'm so tired of all these leaks. Like I'm tired of all this. I want to actually be surprised when I go and see the Marvel movies. So I was talking to like Joanne and Kanan of GVN. They're like, oh yeah, no, we knew that John Krasinski was going to be in it. We knew that, and I'm like, I didn't. Like I saw the fan art a few years ago, but I never thought they. So when they were like, and Dr. Reed, and it was like, I was like, they did it.
Oh man, KJ lost her whole mind when that happened.
Oh my gosh, I've never had a reaction like even in Endgame. I think because in Endgame we were set up like the stakes were so high and you expected big things. So like there was, even though it was amazing and there were great moments, and like I've never been in a movie theater where I was like, I can't breathe. Like I can't scream, so I can't breathe, and I need to scream, but I can't scream. Like, I was like hitting Patrick. Like he thought I was gonna need my inhaler. I'm like, I don't have my inhaler. I can't. Like that is freaking Reed Richards. It's Reed Richards, and John Krasinski is being Reed Richards. Like it is happening. Like, are you guys seeing this? Why am I the only one that's having a breakdown right now about this?
I'd be having a breakdown with you if I were with you, KJ, because I was like, they did it. They did. Yeah. They got John Krasinski to be Reed Richards. And I see a bunch of people online going like, oh, they ruined it because now he's gone, blah, blah. I'm like, that's just one multiverse. Who's to say that he's not like, know, if Elizabeth Olsen is Wanda in every multiverse, why wouldn't you? Or if Benedict Cumberbatch is Stephen Strange in every universe, why wouldn't you think that John Krasinski is Dr. Reed in every universe?
That's exactly what I thought when people were mad about that. I'm like, hello, multiverse. Like you can totally.
I don't think people have like grasped the concept of the multiverse yet. Because they're like, oh, well, he's dead now. And it's like, no, you guys literally saw Wanda like sleepwalk in like a whole another universe. Like, just because you're dead in one universe doesn't mean anything.
I don't know.
We literally saw 4 different Stranges in this movie.
Literally.
I don't know if it's throwing people off because of, this is what I was thinking. Is it because of Spider-Man and that the Spider-Mans were different people in different universes that maybe they don't understand? Like some that happens, but also this happens. Like there's no rules.
I mean, but then you have like Captain Carter.
Oh hey Patrick, you got a break in darts to join us for the show.
Oh god.
Like, for someone who's listening right now, they were just in a groove, and then all of a sudden it's like Patches is here to talk. Go ahead, Patches.
No, but I mean, if you look at Captain Carter, though, too, I mean it's the same thing. She was, the quote unquote, she was the first super soldier. It wasn't Chris Evans, it was her. So I mean, it tracks as far as despite all the different Spider-Men, having the 3 different guys, I mean, there might be a different super soldier and a different, multiverse. So I mean,
I get that because in that universe we had a different Captain Marvel, but I don't feel like you just use John Krasinski like that. I feel like, and he wants to be Richard Reed so badly, so it's like, come on.
He was so good.
I feel like they wouldn't. I feel like they would not do him dirty like that. Like, okay, we know how much you want this. We're gonna let you have it for a second.
Right, for literally 5 minutes.
Yeah.
To me, it's like a tease for the future. Like the Spider-Man No Way Home was more so like, hey, these are all past people who have already played this, so we're just kind of like giving you that fanfare. But we've never seen John Krasinski as Dr. Reed. This is the first time, so it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And the fact that you got Patrick Stewart and everything, and as much as terrible as I don't know if you guys watched the Inhumans the Inhumans show, so the guy who played Black Bolt in the movie actually played Black Bolt in the show, which is kind of hilarious because that show was awful. Like I think it ranked lower than Iron Fist season 1. Like that's how bad it was. And I watched it and I was like, wow, this is terrible. So it's funny that they got him back in a better suit, and I kind of was like, now I'm feeling you right now. I didn't feel you in Inhumans, but I'm feeling you now. And then the way he died was so brutal.
Yeah.
That whole thing. I mean, you're talking about, the Wanda stuff and Zombie Strange, but that whole multiverse mass murder.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's like, did we just get all of these characters? And for me, what was most traumatizing, I was like, did Marvel just cut Peggy Carter in half with her shield?
Yeah, they did.
Yes,
Another desecration of the shield, okay?
I'm like, wow, we're working with some new rules in the MCU.
Gosh.
Wanda literally snapped Professor X's neck.
I know, bro. I was literally so stressed. I was like, oh no, she's gonna get him. She's gonna get him. She got him.
Yeah, well, and the first one of the Illuminati, whoever died, I can't remember who it was.
I love that they're called the Illuminati.
I know, right? But I remember like the first one that died, and then I was just like, the second that happened, I was like, they're all dying. Like the second one was gone, everybody else was going. I knew that right off the bat. It was just, how are they going to do it?
Please welcome to the show. Please welcome to the show, Gamer Katie.
We're 30 minutes late. Hello.
Welcome to the part. We're talking about Doctor Strange, and I'm really glad that you're here. Yes.
I did see that movie.
Yeah.
Did you go with them?
No, I went by myself.
Katie never goes to the movies with us.
No.
Well, I didn't know if because KJ and Johna were just talking about how they were like hyperventilating, and I just wanted to know if you saw it in person. They're hyper, ventilating.
I did not.
She didn't.
I also understand but don't why they were hyperventilating.
It was KJ hyperventilating. I was peeing on myself.
Yeah, Johna was terrified.
Well,
Johna was over there like
terrified.
Johna was rocking and shaking and just like looking at the screen and going, no,
literally.
no,
I mean, at that point, I was
time.
just ready to give Wanda whatever she wanted. It's like, here,
I wasn't. Let me take a hot take here for a second. Wanda is a whiny crybaby.
Ooh.
Oh.
You
know what?
are willing to destroy universe after universe for kids you knew for a week. And if you're magic, can't you just magic some more kids?
I mean,
not like steal them from another universe.
I will say really quick that like while it was like badass, and I understand the comics, Wanda becomes kind of a villain at some point. I was sitting there going like, I thought like she had found like peace at the end of WandaVision, but I think it was because, and I don't think they went too much into it in the movie, which they should have. It wasn't really her. It was like the dark magic that was like taking over her. But then I don't know that.
Yeah.
I know it's still not an excuse.
She has no excuse for her behavior. None.
You know what, Katie? I agree with you, and I know, Katie. I was a little sad when the movie started to unfold because I did, like you, Tia, I didn't have any expectations for it. I stayed away from everything. I'm like, they're going to tell the story they're going to tell. But I had hoped, because of where Wanda had ended up. Now you hear the kids at the end of WandaVision, and she's obviously, she's messing with the dark magic, but I was hoping that they didn't go that way. And so I had to wrap my head around when the movie started. Oh crap, we're going to get the terrible Wanda I didn't want to see. We're getting the Scarlet Witch, who doesn't care about anybody and what she does and who she has to kill and what she has to do to just get her kids. And I agree with you, Katie. It almost puts her in that, if I dare say, that Star-Lord category of it didn't have to be this way.
Here's the thing.
I think that
girl, you're magic. Just magic some more kids. Like, what's stopping you? Like, you're magic or whatever, and you're jumping through universes, and you're trying to steal kids from other people, and you're dream walking or whatever. I'm pretty sure there are no rules for just magicking some more children.
Well, but I don't think
that they wanted. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Tia. I don't think that she could manifest the kids without manifesting everything around it. Like the kids existed in Westview.
But you got your little orchard farm, whatever you have going on there. Like, oh, my cute little happy universe. And
That's a good point.
Yeah, whatever.
That is a good point.
Literally nothing is stopping you. Why did you have to jump from universe to universe? And furthermore, how did you not kick your own ass in another universe? Like, you're going to, Wanda B or whatever is not going to let you take her kids. So aren't you just going to fist fight yourself? Like,
but those other Wandas don't have the power of the Darkhold either, so they wouldn't have been able to get her.
Universe theory do. So if she jumps into the wrong universe, she's going to get her ass kicked.
She found the Wanda that she could overtake,
which
she
was spending in
all
the
of
same
that
universe
time.
Doctor Strange was horrible. Whatever.
Hey, I don't know, man. But you liked the movie.
I did.
Right?
I was doing great until we got to the part where the guy's head exploded in his mask, and I was like, "Oh, we're taking it that direction."
Yeah, I felt that.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, we're going this way. All right."
Yeah. No,
And
that was a
theater,
we talked
silent.
about that. Yeah.
Like, no noise, because everybody went, "Uh-oh." Are we doing this? Like, is this real? Because I was like, oh, it's all a dream or whatever. Nope.
It was this moment where it was like, did we get the wrong cut? Did Kevin Feige see this? I know that Sam Raimi would like to do this, but did Kevin Feige know about it?
It's a dark direction, and I don't mind it because I think it's interesting concepts. Like, can you haunt your own corpse? Is that a thing? Like, can we do that? Or is it not just existing in your body? The whole, like, spirits of the dead or whatever, that's an interesting concept that we've just never brought up again. It leads to a lot of possibilities. I did not like the ending.
Okay.
I didn't like that Wanda, like, pretty much, I wanted this Wanda to have a redemption, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, we've seen her journey and her struggle with herself, and I think that for a lot of us, we thought that she was finally, like, gonna come to terms. Like, even in Endgame, it's like, all right, this is her, and she is part of something bigger. And then even in WandaVision, it's like she had to go through that. And so after that, it's like, to see her kind of regress was really, like, sad, and then to see like she doesn't get her happy ending is sad.
I kind of liked evil Wanda.
But that's in the comics, they're like the whole house. So I feel like Marvel just wanted to do that. They're like, no, we just need to do that because that's a big, like, comic in that world and everything. Yeah. But hey, man, like, at least there's a good Wanda somewhere. Like, she said your kids will be happy.
Yeah, that was like the lamest sentence you could have put in the whole movie. It completely took me out of the movie. Because I fully expected, don't touch my children or I'll kill you. And I got, they're safe with me.
So Wanda needed that.
Whatever. Of
It's
course your children are safe with you. She's also you. Like, duh. But I didn't like the whole, woman sees the error of her ways and I'm just going to go and fix it. And I'm just going to destroy the evil book in every universe. Tee-hee. Even though I was literally struggling to jump through universes 5 minutes ago. It was just very it took me out of it. Because I expected her to be like, you know what? No, this is my thing. This is my mission. I will do whatever it takes to get my children. And that is her mission all of a sudden. Not, oopsie, I changed my mind. I realized I was being very naughty.
Well, so did you want her to just run off with those kids?
I expected an, I'll be back. I'm not done yet. I'll be back. Or maybe more of an anti-hero or something where she's like on this mission to get her kids. And then as we go further into phase 4, it's going to become something where that mission coincides with whatever the good guys are actually doing. So it's kind of an anti-hero thing.
And that's what I wanted to ask before we leave the Marvel world and talk about some other things on the show is there more Wanda to come, or I don't know, because honestly, like, part of me is like, well, she had a shot. She kind of had some redemption in the show, and then we got her like massively dark and evil, and didn't really wrap that up. Like, but I don't know that I want to continue to see her suffer or her struggle, or like, is there an Avengers coming where Wanda has redeemed herself so much that she's standing in the circle?
Ma'am,
okay. She needs to see a therapist, definitely, and she needs some freaking friends.
Yes, all of this could be solved with therapy.
Literally.
But no one is like checking up on her, right? Like Clint didn't check up on her.
Oh, you kidnapped the whole town. Whatever. She's fine.
I'm just saying. But even before that, maybe if someone had checked up on Wanda and been like, hey, you okay? I know you were blipped for 5 years and your last memory was killing the love of your life and everything. Yeah. Like, you all right? You all right?
Oh,
you literally had to watch him die twice, so,
whatever. Half the universe disappeared for 5 years. Get over it. You're not the only one suffering. I'm not the only person in the universe that is suffering.
And to Clint's defense, he's been very busy with his own stuff, and nobody ever checks on Clint.
That's true.
He has his own family to check up on him.
Okay, first of all, let's just say that none of the Avengers actually check up on each other. Okay, they only ever come together when the world is about to blow up.
They are not good friends.
They have their own lives, right?
They're not the super friends. Okay.
But here's what I thought was going to happen.
They're the Avengers, not the super friends.
I sat there for 2 hours, however long this movie was, and the entire time I was like, when's White Vision going to show up? Because he's out there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
But where is he? Is he going to show up and be like, Wanda, what the hell? Like, what's happening?
No, he's as far away from this going, Wanda, what the hell? Yeah. Somebody else deal with that.
The entire time I was like, and where is
Vision? Doctor Strange's
because it seems to be he's the only one that can talk some sense into her, except for corpse version of Doctor Strange. Whatever.
Yes, go ahead, John.
I have one more thing that I want to talk about.
Okay.
And I'll probably get a lot of hate for this. But I did not like the scene where we were fighting with music notes.
It was so lame.
That was really weird.
I was like, what are we doing right now? Are we really like fighting with the power of music right now? This isn't Battle of the Bands. Like
it's an okay visual, but it was very lame.
Thank you. Okay. I thought it was just me. I was like, this is really stupid.
It felt very out of place.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, this is like the dark, messed up universe where Doctor Strange went evil and killed everybody. And, it's two universes colliding. Music note, bam. Music note, bam.
I think perfect. If I can add one last thing, I think the only thing for me was like, so I understand that Charlize Theron is playing Clea, But if you're like the normal average viewer, you have no idea who the that is. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
You have no idea who.
You're fine.
You have no
We're
idea.
all the kind of nerdy girls. It's fine.
Yeah.
You have no idea who that is. She's just like someone who looks like she came out of like a 1980s like space like opera movie, and she's like, "Let's go," and he's like, "Yes, you random gorgeous woman, let's go." And it's like,
Okay.
As
Yeah,
someone
I'm
who
here.
watched
Like, who
it,
is
that's
that?
exactly what I thought.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
let
didn't know any of that,
producer
and I was
Patches.
like, all right.
Look at Patches.
Yeah,
He's
first
like,
of
"Well, I
all-
got something to say, boy."
No, I don't. I'm just enjoying this. I know. I'm just enjoying the ride here.
I want to pose the question to you, producer Patches, that if Cleo showed up and was like, "Let's go," are you not going?
Especially when she looks like Charlize Theron. Yes, I'm going
Every guy is
in
going.
a heartbeat.
No matter what they're doing.
Be like,
no
come
matter
here,
what
we're
they're
gonna go.
doing.
Random lady.
Yeah, it's like, come here. We are just going to like take over a country and overthrow a government. I'll be like, okay, let's do it. You know,
Doctor Strange literally
Yeah.
said, "Christine who?"
right? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I'd be like,
then
but
the
aren't you
third
married?
eye.
It's like I don't even remember her name. I'm with you. It's all good.
What's her name again?
Yeah, it starts with a
Sherry?
K, I think. Whatever.
Sherry, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Katie the third eye was another Johna moment where she was like, "No."
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't having that at all.
I fully expected it because we saw what happened to other Doctor Strange. But even then, I was like, "You are really having a meltdown in public here."
Okay, but like, and then like
In the middle of the crosswalk.
like the dramatic where he's in the middle of the crosswalk and the music is just like, he's like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, this couldn't have happened. This could have happened literally. It could
Oh
have happened
no!
10 other
The
types
consequences
of ways.
of my actions. Oh no! Like, stop meddling with things. Stop it.
Oh, but overall, we liked it.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I did like it.
loved it.
I did like it. There was just some things that I was like, it's not my favorite thing, but you know, to each
I mean,
his own.
Johna, this was like, I think this was a one-off. I don't expect that Marvel is going into this realm. Like, I don't think we're going to see guys' heads exploding in their helmets regularly in Marvel movies.
You never
hope
know
not,
if
'cause
they
that was
introduce Ghost
stressful.
Rider and shit.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I, for one, am in favor of this more violent Marvel.
I knew you would be.
No,
It's different.
am
It's
too.
interesting.
I am too, because it helps us all accept one day that we may see the Punisher again. Okay,
Yes.
Punisher cannot exist unless there's violence.
All right. We got a lot to get to today. And since Gamer Katie is here and she has not been with us for the last few episodes, busy, living her crazy life over there, let's do a gaming update. Woo, woo. It's time for a gaming update
Hello.
with Gamer Katie.
We've been playing Ghostwire Tokyo in my house. It's pretty good.
So this brand new, never been out before.
Came
Original
out this
game?
month.
Okay.
It's about ghosts in Japan. It's very cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you a ghost?
No, but you see ghosts.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So they're just like roaming around, and you gotta like, it's a little LA noir, that kind of stuff. Also, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 comes out later this month. So that's nice.
Ooh. You play the Star Wars games, right?
I do like them.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be a Jedi?
Right?
However, playing as Darth Vader is very fun.
I don't want to derail your gaming update, but we watched Obi Wan Kenobi last night, so we will be.
I have not watched it yet.
Oh my god!
I haven't even watched Moon Knight. Okay, I haven't even
Oh,
watched
Moon Knight's
Loki.
so good, bro.
Oh
But
man,
Oscar
Katie.
Isaac, I'm like, you know what? I will watch this one.
You're gonna love it because it's such a. I mean, it's just so trippy and weird and wonderful. It's a Marvel thing that you are gonna absolutely adore. But anyway, back to your gaming update because now I'm
That's
thinking
what
about.
I had.
That's it.
That's
Wow.
it. Short
Okay.
and sweet and to the point.
All right. Well, I won't spoil anything for you with Star Wars, but and Patches watched it too, so you can chime in on this without spoiling anything. We watched Revenge of the Sith right before, just to kind of like get back into like, we're going back into this part of Star Wars. And I was not necessarily blown away because he's a great actor, but incredibly impressed with how Ewan McGregor is just back in that role. Like, it's been 20 years and it did not feel like it was any different. Like
he's Obi Wan Kenobi. Like, that's him. I don't think he's actually acting. I think that's just him.
That's him as a person. That is his personality. Yeah.
Same thing with Doctor Strange. I've avoided as much as I can. Didn't know. I mean, I had to ask even Patches, like, are we picking up like right where we left off with Obi Wan? Like, or where is this at in the universe? It's like, oh yeah, it's picking.
It's right after Revenge of the Sith. Yeah,
it's right after Revenge of the Sith. So I didn't know what to expect from the storyline either. And I am just absolutely delighted with what they are doing.
and I think what has impressed me the most watching the first 2 episodes, it was more of what he wasn't saying, his reaction, and like his inner struggle with the choices that he has made and is making. I think is what I was most impressed with and what I felt the most. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool, like what they're doing with it and the storyline, but as far as his acting specifically, it was, I mean, just like what he wasn't saying is what sold it to me.
Yeah. And
he was,
and I mean, we could say a lot of things about the prequels, and not to take away from what he did in the prequels, because it was honestly the best part of it, which is why we're getting the show. But I don't think they fully explored, like, nobody got fully explored in the prequels. That was part of the problem with them, was that the characters were flat. He was the most developed, I think, of all of them. He stood out. But in this, you're feeling it. You're feeling the after effects of what it was like for him to have to do what he did to Anakin, who was his brother, and go and be on Tatooine with Luke, but have to
the
stay.
dirt planet.
Yes, I mean,
picked a nicer planet.
Also, one of my observations last night that I've never thought of is, did Luke ever have a moment where he was like, "What the hell, guys? Like, there were 2 babies." Both of us couldn't have just been raised by the rich people,
and I have to live on the dirt planet.
Right? Like, she got to be a princess and like have servants and things, and I was over here on the dirt planet.
Yeah, I would have been.
It humbled him.
Whatever. What 16-year-old is humble? No.
Like, Jimmy Schmidt, like, you couldn't have taken both of these kids? Like, we'll take the girl. What happens to the boy? Well, he can go live a crap life on Tatooine. I don't care.
He can go live on crap Tatooine doing the energy nutrition farm or whatever. Sure.
They were moisture farmers.
And then there's like one other guy on the planet, and they're like, oh, we don't know that crazy old man that lives in the rocks nearby, Obi Wan Kenobi. We don't know him.
You mean old Ben? That's not even the same.
But Obi Wan and Ben are not the same name, so obviously they're not the same person.
Duh.
Yeah.
There's one other guy on this planet. You never talk to him.
But yeah,
my understanding.
Sorry, Tia.
I was just going to say, my understanding of the South is that no one likes to talk to their neighbors.
But these first 2 episodes and what they developed, it was really fun to be back in a familiar space. Not that The Mandalorian didn't have some things that were familiar, but this is so Star Wars. Like, it didn't, there are some new characters introduced, but the storyline, and you're feeling Obi-Wan's pain, and you're like right back into this familiar place, and they did it so well. And like I said, I mean, I am just like thrilled at what they did in the first 2 episodes and the storyline that they are putting in front of us for this season.
And how many episodes are is this series going to be? Is it a 6 or 8 episode?
I think it's 8.
It better be 10.
Let me
load up the old Disney Plus.
Right.
Now it's only 6. There's going to be 6.
What?
Yeah. It's crazy because I don't know if you're noticing this too. Like, I think even Netflix is starting to do this. They went from 10 episode seasons and now they're like, oh, you know what? We're just going to do 6 now.
Yeah. But they make the episodes longer, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There's still 40-minute episodes. That's the thing.
Well, maybe they feel like they can get it all in 6 episodes.
But again, I think, to not spoil anything, I think with the storyline that they're doing, it can't go very long.
No.
Because it's going to get into stuff that they can't explain or doesn't add up well. And also, Obi-Wan has the same issue that Dumbledore has. Like, I'm sitting there going, what happens that he ages this fast?
He's stressed, okay?
It's a dirt planet, of course. There's not moisturizer to be seen.
I mean, they move it forward. So you're, again, not a huge spoiler, but they move it forward 10 years. So, he looks different. It's been 10 years.
Okay.
So
10 years is a long time. And a
10
lot
years
can happen in 10
Tatooine.
years.
The crappy planet, the terrible dry atmosphere.
The sun all the time.
The skin.
Probably just
but
not
you
worth
guys, in 6 more years, he's going to look like the old guy from the movies.
I would look like crap too if I was living in the desert with one other person I can't talk to. I get it.
Isn't that the same thing with X-Men? Michael Fassbender turns into Ian McKellen in only a few short years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
and,
yeah.
It's one of those things. I am going to, let that reality thing just go away because I want to. Yeah, I want to. I want to enjoy this, but I was at this point wow. I mean, Tatooine really does something to a guy.
It's a crappy dirt planet. You don't see people on Alderaan looking like garbage.
There's not a high life expectancy there.
And another thought I had while we were rewatching Revenge of the Sith, this is for you, Johna, is, because you watched Star Wars in the wrong order.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right.
We will never get over it.
We will never, ever get over that when Johna finally decided to watch Star Wars, she didn't confide in me. She went to Twitter.
Which ones? In what order?
She watched
she watched it in episodic order.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, that's wrong.
I could see why you're
Yeah.
But here's why here's why I'm going to tell you didn't know it was wrong, but here's why you don't have the same feelings that we do, is that you were just watching Hayden Christensen be hot and not caring that he was going to be Darth Vader and not caring that he was the dad of these very important kids. You weren't invested in him as the father.
Not a very good father.
But we went into these movies explain to me how this happened.
How did Darth Vader come to be?
Right? And so I was less concerned with shirtless Hayden Christensen because I'm this is not convincing me that he became Darth Vader. My whole dialogue and how I watched those movies was based on what I already knew and going into it, expecting them to give us answers. And you were just well, the acting's pretty bad and the hair's terrible, but this guy's hot. That's all that you would take away from that.
Excuse me, have you met me? That's how I watch movies.
What a horrible pun for movie number 3, but good for you.
To be fair, you guys know that I'm literally only watching Star Wars because of the mass amount of peer pressure that you guys were putting on me. And then it's well, you f***ed up and you watched it in the wrong order, so we'll never forgive you for that. Okay, whatever. But
didn't even get to my favorite part with the Ewoks just dancing for no reason.
But I don't.
We're let's have a party.
But what 90% of the whole planet doesn't seem to understand is I don't care about Star Wars. I never did when I was a kid. Oh, do you want to watch Star Wars? No, I don't like sci-fi things. They're not my thing. The only reason I watched it was for you guys. So to be fair, you guys can't be mad because I was doing something for you.
So let me
and
ask
I actually didn't want to do it.
Of the prequels, who's your favorite character?
In the prequels?
Mm-hmm. First 3 movies.
Obviously, Samuel L. Jackson's character. He's my fave. I was waiting on the MF to pop out of his mouth. I was come on, just do it. Just say it.
We all were.
Just say MF. I want you to.
Listen,
I also liked Obi-Wan though. Like if
you'd have called Anakin an MFer, maybe things would be different.
Honestly,
listen, I'm gonna do a hot take right now. I think those prequels are definitely better than the last 3 movies that we got.
Yeah,
like 100% better. I'm sorry, The Force Awakens,
1, 2, 3,
The Force
7, 8, 9.
Awakens, The Last
okay.
Jedi. Yeah. Like
Rogue One, 4, 5, 6,
Rogue
7, 8, 9.
Rogue One was good. I did watch that one.
That one's the best one.
Like top tier of. I'm sorry, of any Star Wars production or anything like that. Yeah, but Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, like throw that in trash.
I would argue Last Jedi is my least favorite.
I hate The Last Jedi. My God,
Yeah.
I didn't want to jump on the hate bandwagon. Right, I was like, let me see it, and then I was watching it. I was like, did this accidentally get released and this is not like the actual movie? Like, what crap did they actually approve to go to theaters?
My favorite part about when we watch movies is that if the movie is just like complete shit, we're like, are you sure you guys gave us the right one? Like,
that's what I feel like. But I really felt that way. I was like,
I want to go up in the projector room and be like, excuse me, can you check the tape?
Hi.
Like,
See, I sat through Last Jedi 2.5 hours, however long it is, because they're all like obscenely long.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we didn't move the plot forward at all. I wasted 2.5 hours for them screaming at each other across the field.
and then the Rise of Skywalker, half the movie was trying to fix the screw up that Rian Johnson did.
Because they had to cram all this content into one movie.
It was just so interesting to me that like Lucasfilm didn't think about that. Like we weren't like, hey, we're making 3 movies. Here's the continuity that needs to happen. They were like, nah, you go do your thing. We'll figure out what to do in the 3rd one.
But that was Kathleen Kennedy though too, going, I knew that was going to happen. No, you didn't. You're a terrible producer. Shut up.
I don't know.
So,
but I don't think that it's kind of like
at the end of the day,
you cannot blame that. You can't.
That's
blame
what's passionate he's been this whole episode.
Right.
You cannot
He's been
blame
reserving
this
all
on
the
one
passion
person.
just for this.
Guys,
I blame this garbage movie on all of Disney and Lucasfilm.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I will watch The Last Jedi, Force Awakens, and The Rise of Skywalker 1,000 times over. Because at the end of the day, it's still better than Zack Snyder's crap. Period.
It always comes back to the Snyder cut. Every
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Okay.
Say it louder for the people in the back patches.
On that
It's
note,
like the stuff they make you watch at Guantanamo Bay.
I will tell you guys really quick that The Boys definitely takes multiple shots at the Snyder Cut in like the first 2 episodes.
Yes.
yeah, let's get into this real quick. Tia's hot take. She gets to give us some insider information on The Boys season 3 because she is so much more respected in this industry than we are that she gets screeners that we don't. And
she
so
has something called credibility.
Credibility. We have none of it. We're just hoping to gravy train on some of your credibility, Tia. Maybe someday.
I'm telling you, I'm going to help you guys out because there's no reason why blue check marks should not be getting screeners, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just a peon over here. No, like, listen, I can't go obviously too deep into the review or anything, but I'm so far at episode 6 out of 8 episodes. The Boys is one of those shows that continuously doesn't miss. Not only is it so good, the acting, the plot, the this, the that, it's like they don't miss with every like social commentary. You know that like they have people who are watching everything that's either DC or Marvel because it's like, and even though they film these things, what, like a year prior, you're watching, you're going like, this is like obviously a commentary of something that happened like a week ago. Like, how are they that on top of the ball every single time? It's so good. And if you're like sitting there and you're going, oh, are they not going to use Jensen Ackles properly? Blah, blah. No. They Soldier Boy? Yeah.
It is proper use of Jensen Ackles.
It is proper use. But the crazy thing is, like, what's really astonishing, and this has been teased in the trailers, like Homelander is absolutely batshit crazy, and it's like they're not even trying to hide it. And
I mean, he has been since season 1, so.
But you know how, remember in like season 1 they tried to do the whole thing even for the public, where they were like, oh no, he's the good guy, but we all know he's bad. It's like, it definitely goes into that realm where it's like his crazy is showing, and you would think that would like ruin him. But as we all know, there's a certain base in America that absolutely loves that kind of crap. And so he's just completely playing on that. It's so good. I look forward to watching like the final 2 episodes. And I cannot wait for you guys to watch it and give me your opinion, because it's like, I don't know how much longer The Boys can last. And that's not a bad thing, like, because they continuously just put everything into their stories. And it's like, I want more, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't ever want this to be diluted. I want this to remain exactly how it is.
Yeah.
So far, now that you're watching the 3rd season, how as far as, you know, if you had a top 3 of seasons, where is this ranking? Even though you're only 6 out of 8 episodes in on season 3.
So far, I would level it with season 2 because I really like season 2. Season 1 was obviously really good, but it's our introductory season, so I wouldn't say season 1's the best. So I'd say that season 2 and season 3 are pretty like neck and neck. I'll let you know as soon as I finish the season to tell you what I think like is the best season. But so far, I like how high the stakes are and how dark everything is, because it is a bit dark, obviously, but still utterly effing ridiculous. Like the first episode, it's like, and this is another thing. This isn't a how can I say this? I'm gonna throw out a little teaser.
Okay.
Ooh.
Remember before Endgame when everyone was like, what would happen if Ant-Man went really tiny? Yeah. Just think about that when you're watching episode 1.
All right.
This is what I'm saying. The Boys is so on the money with it. Like, how'd you know about that?
Yeah. Thank you, Tia. I know that you have to run. So give out all your stuff and things where we can follow you and keep up with your reviews of these wonderful shows and movies that you get to watch before anyone else.
Don't worry. Again, I'm going to help you guys out. Yeah, please make sure that you check me out on Twitter and Instagram. Those are the 2 primary socials that I'm at. It's TC_Stark. And of course, make sure that you're following Geek Vibes Nation on all of our social media platforms and our YouTube channel, which is Geek Vibes Podcast. I will be posting the embargo for the review lifts on June 2nd. So my review for The Boys Season 3 will be hitting geekvibesnation.com on June 2nd. So please make sure you check that out.
And let's get right into What's Got Johna Weeping? Go ahead, Johna.
Okay, I didn't know if you were going to drag out the cries.
All right, I'm done.
Well, I don't know. I've just been watching a lot of like old TV shows, so I haven't really been like weeping.
Yeah, you can't turn What's Got Johna Weeping into the latest episode of Matlock.
Okay, don't be a
hater.
Right? Okay, whatever.
What's Got Johna Weeping? Matlock.
Sometimes it's hard. But anyway, so as we all know, Stranger Things season 4 came out yesterday.
Yes.
So exciting. Katie, I will tell you that all those episodes are long as hell.
Are
they?
Like, what good. That's what I want.
Like 78, 80 minutes long. Like movie length long.
Good.
For 6 episodes.
And I will watch it all in one day.
I tried to last night, but I was very tired, so I couldn't. I watched the first episode last night, and so at the end of season 3, the Byers family and 11 moved to California. So the show starts out with them in California, and 11 is just having such a hard time. in California, and she's like getting bullied at school. And I was like, and then at the end of season 3, she like lost her powers or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like in the very first episode, like this girl's bullying her, and Eleven's like, "Oh, I'm about to mess her up with my powers," and she literally can't. Oh God, it was so sad. I was like, "I'm so sorry you're getting bullied, 11." I just and then it's kind of got a supernatural like feel to it, like because this girl, like, first of all, this shit's gory. Okay, there's so much blood, and like the CGI and the special effects, just chef's kiss, so good. A+, like it's insane how crazy it is to watch like this girl in episode 1 literally like basically having like an exorcism type thing, because she's like her head's in the upside down but her body's in like the normal world, and like the bad guy in
the right side up.
Yeah, the bad guy in the upside down.
Is that what we call it? The right side up?
I call it the normal world because I have no idea what to call it. But like he literally, like, in the real world, her body's levitating off the ground and it hits the ceiling like Mary did in Supernatural. And then he breaks her arms and her legs. I was like, and you see all of that happening, and I'm like, bruh, what is going on? So
that's a new level of dark for them, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a dark show, but like it's getting pretty intense, and like there's like some rifts in the friendships now, like between Lucas and like Mike and Dustin, because Lucas is on the basketball team, and then Billy died in the last season, so Max is kind of having a hard time dealing with his death, and she's kind of separating from everybody because she's grieving or whatever. So like it's really sad, because I'm like, no, you guys are supposed to be besties for the rest of you. You can't be fighting like this. I don't like it.
Oh, well, so it's kicked off, and what you're saying is that it's like it's right there in the storytelling, and you're in. All right. Yeah. Thank you, John. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna open this up. We got a little bit of time left, not a ton, because I don't know. Patch has just left. There must be something exciting going on in PDC.
He doesn't care about Stranger Things. That's why
he's done with you guys.
Yes.
To be fair, I've seen Patches every week for the past like month.
I know. We've been spending a lot of time together in the KJ Today show studios. Where'd Johna go, and why is producer Johna look like me now?
She's logged in. Is under your StreamYard.
Oh, okay. Well, she was like, "I'm out. See you guys."
Goodbye.
The KJ Today show is powered by PopCon, and we are going to be at PopCon June 3rd through the 5th. Look for the KJ Today / Kinda Nerdy Girls / Paranormal Crossroad tables. We are
the miscellaneous booth.
Yes, all of it.
We are the potpourri booth.
We are. So get your tickets to PopCon, popcon.us. And this has been the Kinda Nerdy Girls, brought to you by the KJ Today Show, which is powered by PopCon. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back again soon. The Kinda Nerdy Girls is produced by our wonderful patrons like Leanne, Kayla Allen, Michelle Hamilton, Samantha Miller, Clay Swain, Aaron Miller, and music is provided by Paul Miller. That's a lot of Millers. If you'd like to be a producer of our show, all you have to do is throw a few bucks our way on Patreon to help us keep the show going. Look for the Kinda Nerdy Girls on Patreon, or go to kindanerdynetwork.com, where you can also find our merch. I'm KJ. Thanks so much for listening. Stay kinda nerdy.